Good evening, everyone. This is MemphisWeather.net meteorologist Eric Procius. It is about 8 p.m. on Friday evening. I just wanted to give you an update on the potential for severe weather that we've been talking about today and go through a couple of products here and kind of tell you what we're thinking. So currently on the screen here, we're looking at our GOES 16 visible satellite imagery as the sun sets. We are seeing the clouds across the Ohio, Tennessee valleys down into the Mid-South, as well as the lightning flashes recorded from the satellite. New technology that we've got available to us with this new generation of satellite. And it's showing us 1 minute imagery over the last several hours, and you can see up to the along the Ohio River Valley and down towards just north of Nashville. Pretty strong storms that are ongoing in that area. Back to our north, Memphis being down here in the lower left of Tennessee, southwest corner. A few storms up along the Tennessee-Kentucky line, and an area of showers that's moving kind of southeast across Missouri. But you can see there's not a whole lot going on in our area. A few clouds moving into the area as the sun sets, but really no severe weather, no storms, even precipitation to speak of right now in our area. Taking a look at the regional radar imagery from StormView Radar on the mobile website, you can see those couple of storms that are up around Union City and Paris. Those seem to be kind of dying out as they move off towards the east, towards Nashville. Some showers up in southern Missouri, but most of the radar at this point in time in the evening is clear. Now, the Storm Prediction Center just issued their latest severe weather outlook. Came out here at 8 o'clock, and this covers the overnight hours. There basically was no change to the forecast for the overnight hours. So we have been in an enhanced risk of severe weather, and that is, I'll put the labels on here so you can see Memphis in the middle of the enhanced risk, which is a category 3 out of 5. Moderate risk covers areas northeast from Jackson up to Nashville into central Kentucky. And once again, that has not changed, so they are still expecting that there could be some strong to severe storms as we head into the late evening and overnight hours. Now, the risks associated with those storms, this is the tornado outlook, the probabilities that go with that, and the brown area between just northeast of Memphis up to Jackson is about a 5% risk, 10% risk up closer to Nashville, so we're basically kind of on the edge of that 5% risk. Higher risk of wind. 30% probability of severe wind, 60 miles an hour or greater, roughly, for the area that's in the red. And for hail, we're also in a 30% area, which is the red shading there. And the black hatching indicates an area where there could be a 10% or larger probability of severe hail within that area. And so we look at that once again. Up to 2 inches or greater. So a 10% probability of 2-inch or greater hail within that hatched area. Now, if we look at the latest short-term model trends for the overnight hours, and this is a little bit interesting as well. As it starts back here, you'll see that as it goes through, we do get some storms that form later on this evening, and we'll watch it go through, but we've got showers up to the north, and then some storms form and kind of track basically across Arkansas and right along through and just south of Memphis into North Mississippi. The timing for that is roughly around midnight, plus or minus an hour or two for when those storms are projected to kind of impact the area moving through. And you notice, though, they do stay basically just south of Memphis. So as we've been telling you during the day today and in the blog and so forth, not everybody is going to see the same thing. This was not a giant line that was expected to come through. It was going to be scattered kind of clusters or mini lines of storms. And the latest guidance is indicating that maybe those clusters of storms may go just to our south a few hours from now. So nothing going on right now, but that does not mean that we are totally out of the woods for the overnight hours. I think the probability of severe weather is still there. All of the severe weather ingredients, as far as the instability, the cold air aloft, plenty of wind energy in the atmosphere, it is all present. We're waiting for basically something to kind of trigger those storms to blow up, and then once they do, they should be able to tap into that energy and still produce some amounts of severe weather. Now, the later we get into the evening, the instability is going to wane a little bit, and that will certainly help the situation as far as severity. But once again, I wouldn't say that we are totally out of the woods overnight, although this is somewhat promising. Do not be surprised if you wake up in the morning and you didn't hear thunder overnight, and maybe there's nothing in the rain gauge. but that does not mean that we are, again, totally out of the woods for tonight. So I encourage you to stay with us. We will continue to provide updates on Twitter and on our Facebook thread that is running. If you go to our Facebook page, Memphis Weather 1, you will find a thread with all the updates for this evening in that one spot. You can turn on notifications for that if you are a Facebook person and get that information. Make sure that you have the MemphisWeather.net app with Stormwatch Plus activated in that. It will give you alerts overnight if you wish to receive those for severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings if there are any. I don't really expect any of those, but we are under a tornado watch until 2 a.m., so can't completely rule that out. But again, things looking a little bit more promising here. We are going to cross our fingers and toes and hope that this materializes as it's being projected with not too bad of weather. And by the time we get to tomorrow, we will start to see the clouds diminish as we go during the day tomorrow. Humidity will come down a little bit. We're still going to see 90 degrees tomorrow, but it's going to feel, instead of like 110, maybe it'll only feel like 100. Sunday and Monday look a little bit better as well, with the humidity continuing to decline just a little bit. So if we can get through the next several hours, I think we'll be in pretty good shape for the weekend. So everyone stay safe, stay in touch with us. We will give you the updates as the evening and overnight progresses. Thanks a bunch.